Good morning, everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XOM and Future Digibyte OG. So, first things first, hit that motherfucking like button. If you're new to this channel, subscribe. But we're going to sit here for just a second so you guys can hit that like button. We obviously failed the 100 videos, 100 likes. So, we're going to sit here in the beginning of every video, and I'm going to give you a chance to hit the motherfucking like button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. It gets me in the analytics better, and it helps more people see my channel. It's that simple. If you're new to the channel as well, we're at 202 members of Tom's Army. I'm trying my damnedest to get to 500, and I'm going to tell you guys all why. Julie's got her surgery coming up, a fourth surgery in February. Her foot's going to have to be fused because it's collapsing in, as you guys know, and it's dying on her. She was in a car accident, not her fault, about 16, 17 months ago. So I'm trying to make this my full-time gig. I teach technical analysis in 5 different classes. Right now, one of them I teach to YouTube twice a week. If I can get to 500 paid members of Tom's Army, which, like I said, we're at 202 and dropping fast from 210, from 212 to 208 to 202 now in the past couple weeks. Always happens on renewals when the month restart. So I'm trying to get to 500 so that I can cut out all my classes and do this full time. Well, we've hit a snag, and not only am I not going to be able to cut it out, but it looks like, you know, if we continue this trend, I'm going to have to teach more classes. And if I have to teach more classes, there's simply not going to be enough time for me to do 7 to 10 updates a day on this. It might be back to how I was in the beginning when I was doing 2 or 3 a day. That's not going to be enough to do what I do. So I'm asking you guys, if you get value out of me, I have to figure this out by February. Julie already can't work. She hasn't worked for 16 months. But after that happens, like I said, you guys know I have a type 1 diabetic at the house. We have our 3 kids. And it turned us upside down when she got into her accident. But I figured out ways through technical analysis and teaching myself on the charts. And all I'm asking you guys is a $9.99 a month commitment. That's it. $10 a month to get me here full time and keep me here full time. That means taking me away from the technical analysis classes outside the ones that I teach for the YouTube. Now, if you don't want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, another way you can help, come take my classes. It's $50 a month. You get 8 classes, 1 hour each, Tuesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't even need to know how to read to take my class. I'm teaching you how to do it from a charting perspective. I'll throw the definitions in there and do it my own unique way. But every single class, I do current market structure. And I have a way of relaying it to you, whether we break down a video on technical analysis, we break down the definitions, we break down a pattern, but we understand what's going on. So I would have a pattern similar to this. Tomorrow, we're going to break this down, and we're going to see every single scenario that can happen. We're going to know details, and we're also going to know kickers that'll point it in one direction or the other. So if you're interested in that, email me at strutrugali@gmail.com, and that's also another way you can help, because then I can cut out some other technical analysis classes and just do my progressive one on YouTube. And like I said, I only charge $50 a month for the YouTube class. It's a lot more than that in the other classes, and a lot less classes. So $6.25 a class. I'm trying to teach everybody. I'm trying to do something special here on YouTube, but I need your guys' help. It's that simple. If you want me here full time, and you don't want me to leave when Julie has her surgery, because let's face it, guys, if I have to make an income and it's not coming from YouTube, I'm going to have to do it somewhere else. I'm not saying that I'm not making any money, but what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to make this my full-time thing so that I can keep each and every one of you on the right track, as well as myself, and we can make this push into 2023 together, and eventually it's not going to matter. I'm not going to need the money from this. But you can't just trust the market structure, so you have to have a set income. So I say, if you guys want me here full time, I ask $9.99 a month. Or at least don't let this go into the Mendoza line at 200, because then in my own head, I'm like, uh-oh. And then I start pushing, then I'm going to teach another class, and then it's going to take away a couple updates a day right off the bat. I'm telling you right now, if you see me under 200 members of Tom's Army, I will start a sign up for another class privately. Because that I would have to compensate. That's what I'm saying. I was taking away classes I taught as people were joining Tom's Army. It's a give and take. So just consider that when you're watching my videos. I do something that nobody else on here does. We're just watching the charts, guys. I'm just talking because there's nothing I can say right now. This pattern's been building. What I want to do, we're going to do the XRP thing again. This is how we're going to do it, and market structure is going to follow. So we're in between the 78 as support and 84 as resistance zone. And like I said, my lines are time tested, so we trade within the zones. We bounce around on those lines, and right now we're dancing on the 78 line. It's that simple. We're trying to hold 78 as support, but we've never actually gone over 84 again to try to show top-down resistance. So right now, we're not even up to the 84 cents. We're that was our last point right there, proved it resistance. We came down here. We pushed over here, guys, but look what happens right when we push over. Now we're trying to make it back to the top. We could double confirm that resistance at 84 cents, and you would see something like this, and it would make perfect sense. You could even see it rise a little higher. But then it would drop back down here and ride this line, and then eventually break through it. What we're seeing right now with XRP makes perfect sense. We're trying to see if this is the support zone. We're trying to see if this is still resistance. If it's not, we'll fly over it and then use it as support right away. That's what we're trying to see. Lewis. That's why we travel between the lines. Lewis. Because right now we know 78 cents is true support. Lewis. Even though it went down to 77 cents yesterday, it bounced right back up. Lewis. And in the same respect, we know 84 cents is resistance. So as I always used to say, and this is why it's going to get fun, guys, because when I go back into the 1 minute and I start doing it like this, this is second by second, and the day traders love it. So basically what I'm saying here is you've got OSU, you've got Michigan. Well, Michigan gets the ball and they come up and they're feeling pretty good about themselves. Well, Ohio State says, you know what? This one we were way up here, guys, right? We're trying to get up there. So Michigan's down here. Ohio State let us stick around for a little bit. Hey, Michigan's feeling pretty good about themselves. No. Right? And then we came back, tested support. Well, we start going up, and every time we make a dance up to Ohio State, up at resistance, they just beat us down a little bit further. Well, now Michigan's feeling pretty good. Ohio State turned it over, have a nice return back into the zone, but for some reason, we just can't get over the 30-yard line, and yet we can't kick a field goal either because we got no kicker. So now we come back down here. Then we came back up here. Well, now all of a sudden we're trading in this zone. And we've been doing it for a very long time. We don't want to come back down here because Michigan knows if we come south of the 50-yard line, we have zero chance. And if field position changes, we'd rather just do this all game with nobody scoring. Because Ohio State, if they're not scoring, they're not beating us. Well, now Ohio State's like, you know what? I'm getting sick of this. They pushed us to the 48. Michigan, oh, no, you don't. We're coming right back up to the 55. The 45 on your side. And now every time they get to that 40-yard line, it's slapped back down. Well, eventually, Ohio State's going to have enough of this. And they're just going to punch them, and they're going to intercept, and they're going to be, before we know it, Michigan's going to be sitting at the 45-yard line now. And you're like, oh, shit. If we fall any farther back than this, when we punt it, Ohio State's going to get it at the 78 instead of the 84. And before we know it, they're at the 68, which is actually the 40, then now into the 35. And now Michigan's in a little bit of trouble because we got no defense. There's no support. And it's being exhausted as we speak. So now all of a sudden, Ohio State, they fail. They go for it on fourth down because Michigan sucks. And somehow they slip and fall. The turf's wet. So now Michigan gets the ball down here. Now Michigan starts here and they start to go up. Hey, we got, sack. We can't get a first down. Now Ohio State has a nice return back to the 60, to the mid support. Now we're at the 35. And Ohio State's like, you know what? There's no support down here. And we blow through it. And now that is how Ohio State gets into the goal line. And then when we get to the goal line, we'll continue this conversation. But that's exactly what's happening with XRP right now. T-Speaka 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XLM and Future Digibyte. OG, why wouldn't you want to join for $9.99 a month and have this kind of entertainment? We got the Lewis lines. We got Michigan and Ohio State back in the forefront because when we're covering XRP like this, it's going to give you a lot of insight on what's going on around the board as well. This is my favorite way to cover, and we're going back to it. Stay true, stay blessed. If you want something else covered, you can always send me a donation and say, hey, Tom, when you get a chance. But let's face it, I've been working myself to the bone, and to see 10 people leave Tom's army, that's not a good feeling. So stay true, stay blessed.